Hello, welcome to the Vikings Report. Let's explore today's latest news from the Minnesota Vikings. But first, I ask for your help. Like this video. Many of you follow our content daily, but forget to click the like button. It's a simple, free gesture that helps us a lot. I appreciate the support. Today we have two news items that are driving fans crazy. Now enough of the chatter, let's go. The Minnesota Vikings are being heavily encouraged to bolster their defensive line with the disruptive pass rusher in the 2025 NFL Draft. While the team has already invested in the position this offseason, bringing in veterans Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave on 2-year contracts, the search for more depth remains a priority. The goal is to solidify a defensive front capable of competing at a high level and increase consistency in putting pressure on the opposing quarterback. Many analysts and league experts believe the Vikings should prioritize the defensive line in the early rounds of the draft, especially considering the evident need after the 2024 season. While Minnesota recorded an impressive 49 sacks, ranking among the top 5 in the NFL in that regard, only 3 of those were credited to the defensive tackle position. This number indicates an imbalance in the distribution of pressure, highlighting the lack of production on the interior of the defensive line. The renowned website Pro Football Focus, PFF, highlighted some possible solutions for the Vikings. Analyst Jordan Plocker, in an article published last Thursday, pointed out that Minnesota could select Derek Harmon, defensive tackle from the University of Oregon, as one of the most promising options to reinforce the sector. Harmon demonstrated a high level of performance in 2024, registering a grade of 80.5 in defense against the run game and 86.3 in pressures against the pass, according to PFF's own metrics. In addition, his impact was notable on the field, with 5 sacks and an impressive total of 55 pressures on the quarterback, the most among all defensive tackles in the FBS last season. Another factor that makes Harmon an intriguing prospect is his performance at the NFL Combine. The player, who weighs 313 pounds, ran the 40-yard dash in just 4.95 seconds, demonstrating a rare combination of strength, explosiveness, and agility for an athlete at his position. These characteristics make him an extremely attractive name for teams looking to strengthen the core of the defensive line and increase versatility in the pass rush. The 2025 NFL Draft is widely considered to be one of the deepest in recent years when it comes to defensive talent. This scenario could be beneficial for the Vikings, who will have the opportunity to draft an impactful player without having to compromise on other areas of the roster. Under defensive coordinator Brian Flores, Minnesota has implemented an aggressive and dynamic system that requires players who can generate constant pressure and disrupt opposing offenses. Adding a young talent like Harmon could provide just that needed edge. Beyond the immediate need, the decision to invest in a defensive tackle could be aligned with the long-term strategy. While Allen and Hargrave bring experience and stability to the draft, both are on relatively short contracts, and Minnesota needs to plan for an efficient transition in the coming years. A young, talented player could benefit from learning alongside established veterans and eventually taking on a central role on defense. The Vikings also have to consider the competitiveness of the NFC, with offenses increasingly explosive, especially within their own division. The team needs to ensure that their defensive line is a dominant force. Having an interior pass rusher capable of collapsing the pocket and stopping plays before they develop could be key to the franchise's success in the coming years. The Minnesota Vikings are in advanced negotiations to sign former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Tyler Boyd to bolster their offense for the 2025 NFL season. The information was released by renowned journalist Adam Schefter of ESPN, one of the most reliable sources when it comes to movements in the league. Boyd, 29, was selected by the Bengals in the second round of the 2016 draft and built a solid career in Cincinnati. Over 8 seasons, he accumulated 513 receptions for 6,000 yards and 31 touchdowns, becoming a reliable piece in the team's offense. In 2019, he signed a 4-year contract extension worth $43 million, cementing his role as one of then-quarterback Joe Burrow's top targets. Last season, Boyd recorded 67 receptions for 667 yards and 2 touchdowns, showing that he can still be a productive piece in the passing game. Boyd's potential arrival at the Vikings is intended to strengthen an already talented receiving core, which features Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison as its main stars. The former Bengal's experience and versatility could provide more depth to the area and a reliable option for the team's new quarterback. His signing becomes even more important after KJ Osborne's departure in free agency, leaving a hole in the team's receiving rotation. In addition to the Vikings, other teams have also shown interest in Boyd during the transfer window, including the San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Chargers, Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins, and Detroit Lions. However, negotiations with Minnesota appear to be more advanced, and sources close to the situation indicate that a deal could be reached in the coming days. If completed, the transaction could change the Vikings' offensive landscape for the season. The addition of Boyd could be strategic for the Vikings, who are looking to balance their offense and offer more options for the passing game. With uncertainty at the quarterback position following the departure of Kirk Cousins, Minnesota may be banking on a deeper receiving core to ease the adaptation of a new signal caller, whether he is a veteran newcomer or a young talent from the 2025 draft. Among the possible quarterbacks available, names like Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy have been speculated as possible options to lead the Vikings' offense. Another important factor to consider in Boyd's possible arrival is his experience playing both in the slot and on the sidelines. This versatility could allow the Vikings to explore new offensive formations and challenge opposing defenses with multiple threats. Boyd stood out in Cincinnati for his ability to run precise routes and his high rate of contested receptions, traits that could be valuable for an offense looking for more consistency and explosiveness. If completed, the signing of Tyler Boyd would be another step in the revamping of the Vikings offense, which is trying to return to the playoffs and compete in an increasingly competitive NFC. Head coach Kevin O'Connell and his coaching staff have been working to build a competitive roster, and with the addition of an experienced wide receiver like Boyd, the team could take a big step toward building a balanced and efficient offense. Minnesota fans are eagerly awaiting the outcome of this deal, which could further strengthen the team's offensive group for next season. If the deal is finalized, Boyd will join a promising offense and have the opportunity to contribute significantly to the Vikings' success in 2025.